my life for your. I will. It is not a for his and they and I do not. They hope. And now they hope to see.
Okay, there's something there I'm still missing. Okay. Okay, Mara is where? Oh, she took up there. Or Mira.
Hey. Can I ask you something?
Something
Your
wrong?
face. You have this glow. I mean, not a real glow, but it's like you're calm. At peace, but it's more than that. You haven't been chewing on spice, have you? Oh, well, it shows.
It's to do with the Force.
It's like you're hooked up to a power coupling. It's weird. I mean, not bad weird, it's just weird. For a minute there, I thought you and Visas, but it's just the Force.
Me and Visas what?
You know, hooked up a power coupling. You know?
What are you
Did
talking
you
about?
get out much as a Jedi? I was asking if you two had been, you know, intimate.
Don't have that
Got
kind of
it.
relationship.
Just checking.
I want to ask you something.
Go ahead and ask.
You seem
All this
restless.
traveling, being trapped in the ship. Everything's just too quiet. I'd
Too
rather
quiet?
be doing something, somewhere with people, activity, some life.
Like
Yeah.
Nar Shaddaa.
It's been a while since I've been off planet. Guess I got used to it.
Were you
Look,
raised?
before we get into a game of guess the Pazak card, pull back on the throttle. I don't know you that well to start.
I was hoping we could talk. Just want to get to know you
Why,
better,
you trying
Lil.
to be my father? No thanks.
You can't be
Are
that
you
bad.
sure you're a Jedi? That exile of yours must have gone on longer than I thought. Look, you're way too old for me. Even if I were interested, I mean, you're really good in a fight, and you've got those intense eyes. And it's obvious you take
Weird
care
that
of
it
your
instantly
body, but I
switched
really
to,
don't
like,
have the luxury
it was
of
a
getting attached to
romantic
you.
response?
Besides, you already have your little entourage. I don't want to be a part of the pack, you know?
Yeah. What are you
Look,
talking about?
if we start sharing a bunk, the other girls would get upset, and then I'd have to kick the hell out of them to show them who's the pack leader around here. No thanks. You're sweet, old guy. But let's keep it Shoot.
That was completely off target from where I thought that conversation was going to go, but
Made it. It's custom for me, which is a good thing, because I wouldn't want anyone using it against me. I can show you how to make rockets, though, if you'd like. All it requires is a good skill with demolitions. Anything else you want? Alright.
why don't you kill
I've
your
killed
targets?
people before, but not if I don't have to.
Because all life is connected.
Oh, do I? Is that it? How you could ever possibly hope to understand is beyond me. Jedi don't have family. I know what happened at Malachor 5, and I know the Jedi didn't care about life there. Get away from me. The next time you come and ask me a question... What do you want now? Whatever, don't worry about it. It's just a...
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, they're dead. But not everybody's story has to end with losing their family or their loved ones. And not all the bounty hunting I do is for criminals or killers.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of lost people out there. Scattered ever since the Mandalorian Wars. And sometimes, it's like you can almost hear them. Like an echo, calling out for each other. And maybe, just maybe by finding them, I can start putting the galaxy back together. Maybe. We'll see. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. But you're not getting anything else out of me.
Fair enough.
Go ahead, Ned.
What about Hanhar? Yeah, I am curious about Hanhar.
Hanhar's only a bounty hunter because that's the closest word for what he does. He's not out for credits. It's more vicious than that, and it runs a lot deeper. It's like he's out to make the whole galaxy suffer. Every living thing in it. He wants to break them, ruin them. And when they can't suffer anymore, he wants them dead.
What happened
I
between
didn't
you
kill
two?
him once. Biggest mistake ever.
What do you mean?
Really want to hear this?
I'd like to know what
Well,
happened.
Hanhar and me go way back, in the worst possible way. He's from some forest planet on the Outer Rim where Zerka had set up one of their slaving operations. I don't remember the name. Something with too many K's and Y's.
Is she?
Sounds like you're gargling Ronto spit when you say it. No idea. He's just Hanhar. I hope there aren't any more like him. I get the impression he's not a
Wookiee.
good representative of his people, though. He's the equivalent of a mad calf hound among Rontos. Some of Voga the Hutt's men said Hanhar killed his own tribe, but those two crud thugs lie every time they open their mouths, so who knows? Well, not for long. Once off planet, Hanhar escaped from the Zerka slavers, then killed them all. I don't know. I always thought he just liked using them as weapons. Well, before you get too proud of him, Hanhar figured Zerka had the right idea. I don't think he understood the concept of slavery before, at least on the scale that Zerka practiced it. But now he did. You ever hear of Dursan 3, or the ID cluster colonies?
Weren't they
Right.
destroyed?
That's because Hanhar happened. He makes what happened to his homeworld look like an exercise in community building. He's not a bounty hunter. He's a slaver. A predator. It's like he's out to enslave or kill every human in the galaxy, like he's trying to settle some huge score or debt. I don't get it, but he's dangerous.
Who did he work with?
Anyone who paid credits. And sometimes, he just hunted humans for sport. The ones who survived, he sold to the exchange, to the huts, to anyone who'd buy bodies. Living or dead. He and Voga used to do big credit transactions. That hut really liked the look of unwrinkled humans for some reason. Didn't make him too popular with the other huts, let me tell you. I was prey. And not only did I escape, but I saved his life while doing it. He's been hunting me ever since.
So he wants
I
to
don't
capture you.
pretend to understand it, but among his people, they have these codes of honor. But somewhere along the line, Hanhar's got twisted. His people form these things called life debts. If you save the life of one of them, they pledge themselves to you.
It doesn't sound too
with
bad.
Hanhar, he can't escape that life debt. It's bred into him. But he hates every other living thing in the galaxy, so pledging himself to someone else, especially a human, was unbearable. So when I saved his life, it was the worst thing I could do. It was like slavery all over again. But it was in his head. It was like it pushed him over the edge.
What do you mean?
A life debt to Hanhar is a death sentence. He'll hunt you until you're dead. When I saved his life, it meant he had to kill me. And so he kept chasing me in hopes I would die. I think the fact I showed him mercy after hating humans for so long, that was something he couldn't stand.
So, saved his life
Probably.
and...
But if he had multiple life debts, especially to humans, Hanhar would probably go mad. He was angry before, sure, but he'd be 10 times worse if that happened.
Worse?
Hanhar's tough. Really tough. And when he loses it, it's like nothing can stop him. Seen him shrug off blaster bolts, boff and stunners, and even survive a freighter crash on Dursan 3. He keeps coming.
He's like a tyrant.
Oh, I'm glad he's gone. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to keep watching my back every minute, wondering when he's gonna show up. And he always did. It's like he always knew where I was.
Any chance he's still alive?
Trust me, if he was still alive, he'd be chasing us even now, waiting to ambush us when we least expect it. And he always shows up at the worst possible time. He was one of the best bounty hunters on Nar Shaddaa. Hanhar never gives up on his prey. Or his life debts. He's a hunter. He's a natural predator.
Okay. So why did you
It's a
say
long
it?
story, and I'm kind of tired of talking about it right now. Maybe some...
Never mind. Nice, we gained some influence with Mira. Goto we have not talked to.
Is there something you have come to offer me?
I wanted to ask you about operations on
As
Narshada.
anxious as I am to give away all...
Damn.
The fact we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually, my conversations do not have the give and take that our current interaction does. And, of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field is activated.
Yep, he's a torture droid. I had questions for
I
you.
am willing to indulge.
How is it possible?
There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith.
Is there anything you can do to help those systems, either with information or
The destruction
resources?
of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts.
I'll do what has to be done no matter the cost.
See that you do not disappoint me.
So what needs
There is the
stabilized?
stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation... You have
Dantooine.
stabilized Dantooine. The Republic has gained a power base in the Outer Rim.
Onderon?
Onderon is an Outer Rim world, rich in ecological resources. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the...
What about Telos?
Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. It's, of course, since the destruction of the Paragas facility.
It was necessary to destroy it to stop the
I
Sith.
hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself. Perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is at. As long as your defense does not exterminate more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that acceptable? You may...
Other questions. What capabilities does it?
It has been assigned to guard and protect you. As such, it is well suited for a variety of tasks. It is skilled in intimidation, interrogation, and can provide a series of select skills that will make it an effective killing machine. For the most part, it will follow your orders, unless they conflict with mine.
And if they do?
Then its proton core will detonate, turning this ship into space dust. There is no negotiation in this. I will not allow you to interfere with my operations and plans. What
No!
have you brought? I am willing.
Do you know about the HK
The
droids?
assassin droids. I have encountered some, purchased the service of others.
Why are they hunting me?
I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was dormant for some time. If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now that you are found is easy to predict. They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiations, they have a predictable pattern of sabotaging whatever peace treaties they are involved with. Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise, and any discovery of their true purpose has been concealed by well-timed accidents. Because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will suffer civil wars, planetary conflicts, and Republic bombardment. Of course they are. They're droids with very specific...
So we still got to
Unless you
find their
suddenly
factory.
to ask their predecessor, that you may.
Alright, any other questions I want to ask?
A common misconception not supported by facts. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. He deliberately left the infrastructure of many planets intact, and many military production facilities. I
Why?
believe that by whatever means he used to build his armada, he recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that he was only willing to use it to a point. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental to the goals of the Sith. And that is why Revan left many military production facilities in the Republic intact. That is what occupies my calculations as well. I believe that Revan saw a war on another front that we did not, or saw the value in keeping a strong military force.
Do you know where he got
That
his
is also a
forces?
mystery to me. I do not have any evidence upon which to build an answer. It is significant that after the defeat of Malak, the forces decreased considerably, and after Revan's departure from known space, production ceased completely. It is my prediction that whatever was producing such forces needed a strong, effective leader to ensure its stability. Without Revan or Malak, there was no such figure left among the Sith. Unlike Revan, Malak demonstrated no concern for the future of the Republic in his attacks. His stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. There was little thought beyond the complete destruction of anything that opposed him. He left quite a mess. I'm still trying to assess all the damage. Between the two, I would have preferred Revan rule the galaxy. He had foresight in his conquest, a subtlety that Malak did not possess.
Okay. Yep, talking between all the different droids is affecting me on the Force. Ooh, that was a huge hurt to the Force. To my light side points. Oh boy.
Yes. Very well. Ah, I had wondered if... But your powers are strong indeed. There are places in the galaxy, strong in the Force, light, dark. They are born in places teeming with life, and in places that are filled with death. Worlds whose surfaces are graveyards, whose screams echo through the Force. It is possible for war, for men to give birth to such places, to leave wounds on the galaxy itself. What you heard was the echo of the past, and it travels still.
It's like it's inside me
The
somehow.
answer will come to you in time. It must. When there is nothing more that you may learn from me, when the ruins of your past have been cleared away and I am no more, then you shall know what it is. And if you do not, then the galaxy shall die, and all my hopes for you will have been for nothing. Ask.
There we go. Yeah, where's HK-47, by the way? Are you able to find his yacht? He snuck into Voga's droid warehouse to steal the codes. So who was transmitting the codes to Godo's yacht? The droid's interesting. I had some other questions. old friend.
T3, I'm leaving this message inside you because I have seen glimpses of the future, and the bond that he and I share does not allow him to hide everything from me. More of his memories have returned, and they trouble him. He has remembered something. Something on the edge of the galaxy, but I am afraid for him. I need you to be the beacon, T3. If he is lost out there, on the edge of the galaxy, if he finds whatever... If he doesn't make it back, then I need you to I can't lose him.
Okay, so I've already seen that. So I haven't found anything new in his dialogue trees. Oh, here's HK.
Query, is there someone that you...
Do you know what love is?
Answer. Many organic meatbags find that question difficult to answer, Master. But I believe I can provide you with a satisfactory definition.
He almost sounds like he's laughing.
Love is making a shot to the knees of a target 120 kilometers away using an Aerotech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope.
There's a lethal charm.
Statement. This definition, I am told, is subject to interpretation. Obviously, love is a matter of odds. Not many meatbags could make such a shot, and strangely enough, not many meatbags would derive love from it. Yet for me, love is knowing your target, putting them in your targeting reticle, and together achieving a singular purpose against statistically long odds. Statement.
Did you wish to conduct an interrogation? Interrogation?
Statement. Oh, yes, Master. Pain is really the only reliable means by which truth may be obtained, or so I choose to believe.
It's not an interrogation, I just want to ask you questions.
Very well, Master. But if you wish to be brutal and vicious about it, know that I am trained for such things. Do your worst.
Enough.
Statement. Master, I am no behavior droid, but it is obvious to me that you have serious ethical problems that will need to be treated at some point. Very well. Ask your questions. If you feel the need to make it an interrogation, however, do not restrain yourself. I would be saddened if you held back. Query. Indeed, Statement. Yes,
Can you unlock it?
I suppose so, Master. But I would need to know who voice-locked it. And regrettably, I do not have that knowledge. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid for its class. Statement.
How did you... The other HK
Statement.
units.
Ah, yes. Them.
Do you know where these clones are being created?
Answer. Master, I do not know. I have tried in vain to find it, but so far the location of the factory churning out these copies has eluded me. Statement. Statement. Oh no, Master, surely you are mistaken. I would never malfunction in such a way on purpose. Prompt. Do you understand me? I have no idea.
I'm pissing him
It certainly
off.
isn't a matter of it being locked in my memory core and being unable to communicate it to others.
It's come out if it was locked in your memory
Answer.
core.
I fear that any such information that exists would only come out when a certain sequence of events takes place. That is why I am eager to encounter more of these clones in the hopes that something clicks that allows me to finally pull the trigger. Statement.
Why are they masquerading as protocol droids?
Answer. Master, as part of my original programming, I am able to communicate in over 600 languages. This usually amounted to short verbal warnings when killing non-basic speaking targets, which gave me some small measure of satisfaction.
So basically you can function as a protocol droid.
Answer. Yes. I believe my original master needed this functionality in order to recover information from various indigenous tribes across the galaxy, but I know little else than that. Suffice to say that translation capability allowed these copies of myself to assume the role of protocol and translation droids in much of known space. That is, of course, not their primary function. And while they are attempting to pass themselves off as translation droids, their primary functionality keeps rising to the forefront.
I would thought people no, they were assassin droids.
Master, being a meatbag, your answer does not surprise me. You see, part of the reason an assassin droid is so effective is because it is a droid. Meatbags tend not to notice us. We are treated as furnishings. Statement. Oh, do shut up, you beeping little trash compactor. Anyway, as I was saying, droids tend to blend into the background, like a bench or a card table. Mockery. Droid, fetch this. Droid, translate that. Droid, clean out the trash compactor.
Doesn't mean they should be treated as furniture.
Part of the love of my function comes when the furnishings pull out Tabana-powered rifles and point them at the owner's heads. My identity as an assassin droid was unknown for quite some time, even during the recent events when all that trouble occurred amongst the Jedi. I'm sure you've already heard more than enough about it, so I will spare you the details.
Actually, I'd like to know.
This story may be somewhat unfamiliar to you, if not to history, so bear with
I'm
me.
actually enjoying getting the lore of all the characters.
Called the Sith. They want what any rational meatbag would want: the power to assassinate anyone they choose at any time. In a startling turn of events, the Sith declared war on the Republic. The Republic wasn't going to stand for it, so they went to war right back.
Okay.
Answer. Oh, who knows, Master? It is evident that the Sith would very much like to assassinate all the Jedi, which is somewhat the equivalent of cultural suicide since some Sith are Jedi or were Jedi. It is much like the circumstance I find myself in now. How do you kill such an integral part of yourself over such ethical differences? The answer, of course, is that you keep firing until all dissension has been eradicated. Recitation. For example, on Praven Prime, the simple transferring of Elzing syntax for friendship changes its meaning and implies that one's broodmate was actually impregnated by their own host.
That wasn't said to them directly, was it?
Confirmation. Oh, truly, you can imagine the results. Statement. This comment, of course, caused a civil war between the Guvandi Collective and Elzing that still persists to the current date.
Do any of these have wider repercussions?
Answer. Yes, Master. Such incidents often spread outwards from their point of origin, much like an echo.
You just say it like that just now.
Query. What do you mean, Master?
The echo, why did you say that?
Answer. It is something I heard a previous master say before, I believe, but I cannot recall the context. Still, somehow it seemed applicable to this situation. Odd.
What repercussions that Praven Prime have?
Answer. In the case of Praven Prime, the Civil War actually forced the Republic to back out of Guvandi's space and let their world fall from Republic control. As I understand it, that would be best. Keeping such a world would have been a token gesture of control. As an added burden, the resources needed to invest in diplomatic and trade relations would have far outweighed what would have been required. Besides, Master, quite frankly, the Guvandi and Elzing needed a good war. They were races that relied more on words than actions, and a good brisk killing woke them from their torpid state. Also, the result of the war will be that the drastically reduced Elzing population will eventually need to call upon the Republic for emergency relief.
Oh.
Answer: the Republic stands to gain. The Republic will be able to supply such emergency relief at a fraction of the cost to the now reduced population. Of course, such aid would only come 4 or 5 years after the war was started. One would have to be patient and let death and destruction run its course.
Okay.
Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
You don't seem as advanced as you should be.
Statement. Master, you wound me. Not physically, but in my behavior core. It is true that I once possessed many more protocols and upgrades, but time and damage has taken its toll. And I am afraid that I have a rather long history of memory problems, which has also compromised my effectiveness as well. Still, you will find me a valuable asset, Master, willing and able to terminate anything you point me towards.
Never mind. Damn, I didn't get any influence with him? What about
Yes,
Baldur?
General? Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
It was the droid. Okay. So, pretty much Atten now, and since I didn't talk to her after I became a Jedi and we had that betrayal cutscene.
Yes? I fail to understand the problem. I had heard the Coreward systems had cut. I can see no fault in your reasoning. Will this do?
Yes. Those
They
look like Jedi
suffice
robes.
for training purposes. They belong to my mother.
Who was she?
She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. I never knew her. There is no absence of presence when there was nothing there to begin with. I miss only that I never knew her at all, and what it was about her that caused my father to follow her to war. You
No other
may
questions.
It is not possible to dock at the academy with... Yes, but...
Okay, so she now has Jedi robes. Interesting. Okay, next would be Atten. Sure, I haven't found anyone in there yet. F4.
I heard you making friends with the bounty hunter. I don't blame you. She's a scrapper. You don't survive on Nar Shaddaa for very long if you aren't.
Do you know Mira?
I've known people like her. Maybe without the rocket launchers, but sort of the same. Maybe without the plunging neckline and the boots. I wouldn't let anything she says bother you. It's a wonder you cracked her attitude at all. She's cold as the ship's hull.
I have questions for you.
What did you want to know?
I'd like to know more about the
It's
Mandalorian
another
Wars.
story, and it's nothing I feel like talking about. Alright?
I gotta bring him with me more because I do want to know more about what happened there. Getting influence with him is a pain in the ass. Okay, so we're gonna go to Telos about the Because for Telos, I need to finish off the quest for the fuel. And then I think we'll hit up Korriban next. I think all the blasters need to have keys as well. Yeah, I do need to switch to upgradable blasters rather than just named blasters that don't. Oh, we're back on
Has there been any
Telos.
sign of the ship?
No, mistress, nor any word of our sister. We do not know where they travel now.
The freighter. It is important. And I thought the droid was as well, but I was wrong.
Mistress, we still do not know the significance of the ship or the droid. We downloaded all you asked, but we are still no closer to the answers you seek.
Then perhaps we'll need to have faith that your sister will change her mind, remember her oath, and return to us with the answers we seek.
I hope so, mistress. But there has been no word of her since she departed with the other 4 on the freighter.
4?
Yes, mistress. The Iridonian, the Ichani-trained pilot, the exile, and the old woman.
Old woman?
Yes, mistress.
I do not recall seeing her.
Mistress, she was secured for much of the time the exile was here. At other times you were meditating, and we did not wish to disturb you. Mistress, is there something wrong?
I am tired. I sometimes feel as if things are collapsing all around us. It is just at the edge of perceptions, waiting. I fear things will collapse before our enemies reveal themselves.
Yes, mistress.
I will meditate upon this. Perhaps it will clear my mind.
Uh-oh. Well, that's new. I thought I triggered more cutscenes for a second. Zoom, 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 zoom. Alright, so we got a level... She's already leveled up a bit, and she's geared. We gotta level her up now. And my tech specialist has levels he needs to learn. Because he's my crafter. Dueling is one I was teaching him, but we are going to give him the treat injury now. Lightsaber, Jedi Defense, Force Jump, Jedi Sense, and Akani Strike 3. She can, like, jump towards the enemy. Okay. So she also got melee finesse. And for her... Force Heal. Sensitive. Go to lightsaber max. Master Heal. And then Finesse. Powers. Her next power should be Deflect. And increase to her Constitution. Awesome. Did I get his repair skill up finally? 29. Cool. So we can finish our lightsabers. Oh, everything is so expensive. I need like 10,000 components as well. And then I gotta get her force speed while I'm at it. Volga has a lot of fuel and there's nothing else. Alright, received 1,000 credits and 1,000 experience. Now we need to find a dancer. I think she would have been... over here in the cantina, maybe? Okay, maybe not there then. Somewhere else? Alright, what breaks down? And ooh, I should look that up. I'm gonna look that up real quick. What is the best stuff to break down? Okay. Upgrade items. So more expensive items have a 5% craft. Okay. That's good to know. There are sage robes. The tech spec belt I still want to really buy. Buy those back. Apparently parts sell well. Yeah. Let's become 10. And then I can create with those parts Devronian Edge or Ionite Edge. Devronian Edge, which needs 1 repair skill, so he makes that. How much does this sell for? Okay. Mild Devronian Edge. Sells for 20. So those sell for 200 at a 20 credit boost. So if I made a full set of those, I gain 20 credits in the end. That's a slow and terrible process. I wonder if there's somewhere else that I can get those cheaper then. Because I make a profit, a slow profit, but I could use that profit to have infinite credits. Okay, let's head to the Ebon Hawk if it lets me. Aw, that's something I just noticed. There's no return to the Ebon Hawk button, like there was in KOTOR 1. Alright, well, we're gonna go to Dantooine, which is where I plan to do all my crafting now. So... Because I remember there's a guy I have at least I think he gives me a discount. I don't remember. But if he gives me a discount, we'll see what it is. If it's lower than 180, I have a lot of profit I could be earning on top of doing Hazak gameplay. So we've done the fuel quest.
Finally decided to let me take a look at your circuitry.
Answer Indeed, I did. I hope you understand how difficult it is for me to trust a meat bag with something as delicate as my inner mechanics. Explanation. Our encounters with my copies has convinced me that I should look into upgrading my capabilities in order that I may be able to destroy them with greater impunity.
Worried you might be going obsolete? I understand.
Objection. Nothing of the sort. I am programmed to improve my capabilities if it will improve my chances of destroying a target. Even as unsavory an avenue as this.
You don't have to suffer on my account. Maybe you are better off not letting me dig around in you.
Retraction. You must understand. My previous interactions with meatbags have rarely been pleasant. Disclosure. After all, most of those meetings involved the termination of said meatbags.
It obviously couldn't have been your charming personality. Now, if you want me to see if I can upgrade your functionality, just let me get to work on you.
Answer. In that case, please go ahead. Just be careful not to damage any of my delicate parts. Analysis. My self-diagnostic indicates that my performance has indeed been improved. Also, many of my systems are reporting improved efficiency. Commentary. I am most pleased with this turn of events. It would appear that my initial analysis of your mechanical abilities was incorrect.
You're welcome.
Permanent +1 to con. Nice. To Dantooine. That is Cabrea. I need to try to get another lightsaber while I'm at it. Onderon. Dantooine is, wow, way north. Alright. Has anything changed on Dantooine? Oh, we had another cutscene.
Has there been any word of her?
None yet. I do not understand why she displays such disobedience.
You know why. She bears the face of her mother.
Why Atris would have sent her on such a mission is something I do not understand. In terms of combat, she is the last among us. In terms of stealth, she is willful and not prone to disguise herself. Her stance, it has too much passion about it.
Perhaps that is why Atris sent her. Perhaps it is an exile of her own.
There we go. I should be back now. I just got to get my camera to refresh. Yeah, it seems anything relating to my broadcast software just crashed. I bet this is an unforeseen Windows update issue. Exploit vcam. There we go. Now everything is back. To an extent. All right. There we go. Turning on an aerial light. That was a weird little crash. Alright, so... Okay. I wonder if we'll get any comments for having the handmaiden in our party while we're here. Because I think the other Jedi Masters are meeting here. Does he sell parts? He does. How much are they? 200, so it's actually cheaper to do them elsewhere. And he only carries 4 in stock. However, how much can I sell them to him for? Or not those. I need that mild something. Calc. 24 times 10. Actually, they sell for 240 to him, so I can net a profit at 180. It's 60 credit profit between the two planets. So that's good to know.
What's going on?
Yes?
We gotta find a lightsaber. That's what we want to find. Let's see if that weapon merchant is back.
Let's go.
Oh, speaking of which, I can pick up my mines. Because we need a lightsaber for the handmaiden still.
Thanks for your help with the mercy.
Okay. You back yet? No. He's gone.
Zeron was right about the mercenaries all along. I guess my ego clouded my...
Alright.
Ready.
Maybe there's less here than I thought, so this wouldn't be the best place for crafting. Couldn't I buy stuff from the scavengers too?
Yeah?
Ready.
Okay, he doesn't want to use his force powers for some reason. Yeah, I need to buy more lightsaber parts.
I heard you were responsible for driving the mercenaries off this rock. That's good. Dantooine was getting too crowded for my tastes. I've still got some Jedi junk left to sell. You buying? Certainly. Take your time.
Certainly. Take your time. Alright. She's also got a Matukai. She has a spare gray Jedi robe. These are more what I was curious of. Dexterity and keen. That's not bad. Don't care about the colors.
Back again, huh? But it's nice to see you. It was all tape. We better then. I think I was the only one that managed to find anything worth something.
Alright.
Ah, the traveler has so.
I hear you saved Joran. How many settlers would help us salvagers?
Yeah, we're just gonna head to Corbin. I think that'll be the next place I head. Because we still need to get a lightsaber. So, who do we bring is the question. Although while I'm here, I do need to craft those blades. They sell for a profit. I have 500 components worth, and I can sell them for the upgrade. Because if I need to, I can go buy infinite parts again to get the components I need. The crafting bench was over here. Yes, if I go to breakdown and I go to miscellaneous and I go to parts, yeah, I get 10. Okay, anything else we don't need that I could break down? Probably. But we're gonna go to creatable, melee. Oh crap. Don't tell me it doesn't create multiple stacks. Please create multiple stacks. It does. Cool. So 10 of these sell for more than it cost me to buy the parts at a profit of 60 credits per part. And right now, I was going to do crafting to upgrade gear, but I think we'll just do it to get a ton of credits, because components aren't the hardest thing to come across. Nor are chemicals. Because now we just go sell those to the vendor outside and make an arm and a leg. Then we go to sell list, miscellaneous. And then we watch the credit pile go up. And that is apparently a way to get infinite money crafting in this game. Good to know. And all you need is 1 point in stealth. Although it kills my hand doing this. I just sold a bunch of weapon parts, but that's fine. I'm at 23,000 credits right now. That'll be something I have to do offline, is just farm credits. Because I'll do that, I won't do that online. That'll eat up way too much time. Alright, to Corman we go. Although there is also Onderon. I think there was an NPC that wanted me to do something in Onderon. She wants a trade route in Onderon. Okay.
Something up?
Why do you play Bazooka?
Passes the time. It's better than listing off engine sequencers, memorizing hyperspace routes, or counting ticks in the power couplings.
Of course it's fixed. And that's why you should count the ticking in the power coupling, too.
Not making any sense.
Why do I play Pazak? Alright, I'll show you. We're not playing for credits. We're playing for something else. Are you gonna play or not?
Sure. This is a new scene. Oh, that card is nutty. Okay, I've sabotaged myself at this game of Pazak.
Good match. Now, what are you thinking about right now?
Use the waste of 20.
Right. And that's why I play Pazak in my head.
Because if you don't, you've left the door open, and anyone could walk right in.
Play to shield your
I
thoughts.
play Pazak, but while I'm doing that, it's a lot harder for someone to walk in.
Is that something you can train me to do?
No, I can only teach.
Good. Now you understand. All right, I'll deal then. If you're ever fighting someone who has the power over your mind, whether light or dark, play Pazak. Start listing hyperspace routes, recite engine sequencers, and when they try to use their powers on you, suddenly it's not as easy as they thought. Jedi do it all the time. And when they walk in the dark places of your mind, they'll use it to hold you by the throat.
+1 to my willpower saves. Nice.
Something up?
All right. It's another story.
Never mind. He still won't talk to us about that. Alright, so we've got Onderon and Korriban. Hmm.